Greetings and welcome to the Francis Revels-Bey show. It is Monday, July 15th, 2013. We came on just a little late, but we are here now. We're happy to be here. My name is Bishop Francis Revels-Bey, and the Circle of Grace One Spiritual and Metaphysical Internet Radio broadcast network is right here as the Francis Revels-Bey show. But before we started, I want to open up the usual prayer to kind of set the tone. So through divine power and by divine grace, may all of you who are listening to today's live show, or whether you come back later and listen in our archives for this show, that you receive something that blesses you, that takes you into a new realm of understanding, a new realm where there's interchanges going on. May what you hear today help you in changing what you see on the inside of you, so that the external, your surroundings, can begin to reflect what's on the inside. So may you and anyone that share this show with, and feel free to share this show, that all of you understand that divine grace truly blesses you. Divine grace is also divine providence. It is the universal God conscious mind, not the collective mind, but the universal vibration of the cosmic, or the spirit mind, that which we all are a part of. And so may we continue to grow in that, and may we take brave and courageous steps towards changing again from the inside out, and may we be a blessing to others in life, be it family members, siblings, loved ones, be it to the various animal kingdoms that share residence with you, or that will share your residence with, in terms of the bigger spectrum of things. May the spirits that rule everywhere be in a cohesive pattern, a sacred pattern of geometry, which geometrizes the mental energy, the mental matrix, the emotional matrix, the physical, and of course, all spiritual. So may you be blessed by it. Thank you for joining in. So it is, amen. And may you reach out for your highest good today. Well, there was something that I wrote a long time ago. It was called The Art of Manifesting Desires. I was teaching this way back in 2003, and I wasn't the only one. There were of other people. We're all on this planet at different areas, different levels. We're a part of the same spirit. And I did this as a actual weekend seminar, one-day seminar. And it's called The Art of Manifesting Heart's Desires, when I did it way back then. Basically 10 fields of awareness. From these 10 fields of awareness, I'm going to use one specifically today. And these 10 fields of awareness are actually part of what I refer to as living principles of truth of all truths. So when you think of living, you're thinking of something that is alive and in motion at all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it helps you get past all of the obstacles that you have that are going on in your life. I wanted to bring across today the 5th field of awareness, which is called being a visionary. And today's title is visionary. So all of us hope to achieve all of our desires. We often seek to do it through dream work. And dream work, it can be done. In other words, we're dreaming, and I've said it numerous times before, our Aboriginal ancestors, the shamans, or shamans, if you want to put it correctly, have always suggested that the world that you see before you, you dreamt that deep of your body. That means that they're giving us the hint that the reality, the true essence of life is always happening on the inside of you. And that's where you go into the womb of your consciousness. You step into the womb of your consciousness. This is the incubation stages there, the gestation, germination stages. You are there creating from a higher level of understanding, creating from a higher sense of wisdom and knowledge, creating from an infinite realm. And so you get to see all the various dreams that you have been amassing over a period of time. You also get a chance, when I'm talking word chance, but you also have this opportunity to see all the different plans that are laid out according to your matrix, according to your spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical material matrix, according to your divine signature. And all of this is embedded down to our cellular memory. And it's been proven over again by scientific communities and those who are working from a much higher plateau for quite a time, where they talk about, along with our great spiritual leaders and teachers, talking about how your thoughts can create an effect, impact, influence, all down to the germ stage, bacterial stage. So, over and over again, that means your cells are listening to you all the time. Your cells are in the receiving mode all the time. What we call as your subconscious self is in mode all the time. The mind part of you, that's the thinking part of you, is also right there, getting all of this data all the time. Your spirit self is the one that filters it all out. so as you begin to move, today's topic is being a visionary, or just be a visionary. And so we want to understand that. I even had a workshop I taught back in the 1980s, and this is before I even had a real clue of what I was doing. It was called Dreaming for Success. You had a batch of desires, things that you wanted to accomplish in your life. Just pick one thing, one idea, and you would research that idea out so much that you can get it into a detail. I even had people take the opportunity where they could sit down at home and begin to write out the dream as if it was a movie. Put all the pieces into place. And as they put all the pieces in place, then they were able to move forward and begin to create the dream already in the waking state, and begin to sift through all of the ideas, all of the feelings and thoughts that were there, and begin to put it in place, put it in an order of experience, and then call it in effect. That means throughout the day, think about the dream that you created on paper, absorbing that, getting the feeling for it, the taste of it, and telling yourself, tell of your, the subconscious mind of yourself, that you want to see this dream carried out while you are asleep, and to make it believable to the point where it is real during sleeping time. And carrying that mode out over, at that time I did over a 30-day period with everyone in the seminar. Somewhere down the line, over those few days, people began to see some of the signs appearing in their waking state. Well, some of the signs of things that they were painting and writing about in the dream. And again, to we realized that we can create our lives. And now what we're learning is not only are you creating your life, but you are what? For that which you are creating. Because your whole goal is just to be happy and to enjoy your life, ENJOY. To the point that your laughter is genuine, your love is genuine, your thoughts of by universal is genuine. being in balance and harmony. The thoughts and feelings become genuine, real, a part of you, and you are part of everyone and everything else. So this allows you to move into a greater state of awareness. And so is right here. All these years we're evolving to becoming more of a visionary. Now, why you want to become a visionary? Well, because in order to be able to bring success and abundance and prosperity, etc., into your life, not only do you have to affirm it, not only do you have to decree it, not only do you have to be on board with it, but what? You have to clear purpose and a picture of that which you desire. So, say as an example, you want to have a car. You got to know what kind of car you want. Or maybe you want a new set of clothes. You got to know, give yourself an image, a living image, so that you can get clear about it. And then you can kind of put your emotions into it. So, as an example, when an artist begins to draw or paint a picture, he must not only be able to see the possibility outside of themselves in their surrounding environment, as in the picture hanging up or the sculpture in the museum or the sculpture out there and about. What does the person need to be able to do? Well, they must be able to see the image internally. Now, this internal picture must become crystal clear. It has to be colorful, having detail, along with the initial clear purpose for doing it in the first place. What's your purpose? Well, like in the Eastern philosophies like Hinduism, Buddhism, they call it Dharma. Dharma. What's your Dharma? What's your purpose? What's your purpose for doing what you want, what you're desiring to do? Artist wants to have work, be a healing force. Maybe healing force just not creating emotional healing and mental, but physical. Maybe you want to express more joy and happiness. You want people to be affected by it, but you want people to tune into it. So you want to invoke this reaction from the artists, and perhaps urge them to take a look at themselves, society's needs and desires. So you and I must open ourselves up to vast possibilities, the alternatives that will lead us directly into the sea of total manifestation. Here's another example. Just like a farmer prepares the earth and soil to plant his seeds, you become just like that farmer. Prepare your mind and heart to come together as one soil, so that the seed thoughts planted seed, they do what? Affect the subconscious mind. They take root deep into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind part of you, some refer to as your high or higher self, doesn't differentiate between what's good, bad, what's cool, what's dry, what's arid, what's humid. It's just the energy that's there. That's what it's tuning itself to. That's what it's hearing. That's what it's feeling. That's what it's absorbing. So it's what you give to it. So the clearer your energy is, the better. So that you can prune and pare down those thoughts that are no longer needed or have been outgrown by what your new consciousness. We all develop a newfound consciousness, a sense of rebirth and renewal, because we are transforming our thinking pattern, transforming our behavior pattern, transforming how we are thinking, how we are feeling, how we are acting or reacting or not acting at all. So these things are happening all the time, these mechanisms. You have to filter every thought and feeling to make sure and to reinforce the good new thoughts that will directly lead you into manifesting your goals very clearly. So clear intention leads to clearer manifestations. And these are things I was teaching back then. You're just getting into it. We see it now all over. Everybody. I wasn't the only one. Everybody is teaching about clear intentions lead to clearer manifestations. For give you an example, you want to go out and buy a nice coat for yourself or spouse or your children, but you have to do a little bit of researching. You begin to look through the newspapers. You begin to see prices. Then you latch onto a price or a possible range. And then what you do is you see how many different shops, stores, and the malls may be carrying that same specific item. You don't buy just the first one you see, but you do comparative shopping. You keep looking. You keep comparing prices. And eventually, the prices, and look, see who has the stock items that they at the store. What you can see your child already wearing the garment. You can see the child happy. You can see yourself happy. Why? Because you already have placed the content that you're going to be in the right place at the right time to receive it. And so this is essential to your well-being, to the greater understanding of yourself. And this is helpful as you begin to move toward your goals. Your goals to achieve. So the next level within this fifth field of awareness of being a visionary or wanting to be a visionary is to magnetize these clear images with high positive well the emotional part is synonymous or representative of your air, water, earth, and spirit. So we want the emotional side, which is very magnetic, to pull in, to act like a magnet, begin to pull the clear internal images in at a higher rate. When you begin to feel something, that means you're sensing something. You're sensing from whatever direction that it is coming from. You are allowing yourself to move in the direction for a greater success rate, a greater awareness, a greater remembrance, a greater mindfulness, the possibility that becomes laid out before you, opportunities that begin to in your direction. There was a section I had in here called synchronicity. You start aware of the possibilities of achieving your goals, and you begin to see all the other things in place. When you begin to see all the other things that are taking place, and you're beginning to accept them, you begin to see them as in terms of what synchronicity. Synchronicity means everything is happening just about simultaneously at the same time. Everything that you're seeking, you see various signs pop up around yourself, and this puts you in a better position. So this is important when you are seeking something of a higher level to come to you. You have to prepare yourself for it. And prepare yourself for what? What are you preparing yourself to do? To receive, to accept, to embrace, even when you see something coming in like on a small wave in your direction. You have to remember the prayer that you release, the decree that you put out, the affirmation that you've been strengthening yourself with. So, if the next level is about magnetizing clear internal images with high positive emotional energy, then the more you are thinking at it, the more joyful you are about it, the more contented you become, the more gracious about it, the more gratitude you show toward it, the more you find into it, then you don't have to be concerned with the final outcome. Something of that magnitude is going to take place in your life because you don't have to worry about it anymore. All you're doing is holding the image of the final outcome in your heart. You just get enthusiastic about that. The idea of the final outcome. You don't have to worry about who's going to bring it to you. You don't have to worry about, is it possible for someone to bring it to you? You might be asking for something that you think is outrageous, or other people think it's outrageous for you to ask for. That's another thing. You can't let those who already doubt from their personal experiences, those who say that it can't be done from their personal experience, you can't let any of that influence you, because the plans that have been laid in your consciousness, that have been embedded in your cell memory, are specifically for you. You have to acquaint yourself with it. So that's how important. You have to acquaint yourself, know yourself, get to know those ideas that are there, get to know the talents that you have. You have to then apply talents. You have to utilize the talents every day, whether you do it formally or informally. If you're a musician, at some point you probably could teach yourself. Maybe you're a natural. Even if you're a natural, maybe you want to expose yourself to people at different levels, those who have mastered the instruments, so you can see the techniques that you would want to learn in order to master the technique. Once you master the method and the technique, then the emotions jump into it. Right? What's that? That means you begin to put a style of into your music, emphasis, accents into your music, rest points that act as accents in music. You begin to do it in music. You see him playing upbeat blues or upbeat jazz. You see the musicians talking, communicating with each other through their instruments. And you can get to that point where you're doing it. So that's just a living example. So as you allow yourself to focus on this clear intention, what magnetize it with your emotional energy, you will want to pay attention, act on the subtle feelings and intuitions that occur around you. Remember, be totally aware of your environment and the experiences, events that are taking place. You're taking a mental act on the subtle feelings. You'll be able to tune into them. You'll be able to feel the most subtle feeling takes place. Why? Because it's happening on the inside. What you see on the outside is an external expression of what's going on the inside. Remain open to receive these subtle indications. And these little occurrences, what we appear to be little occurrences, as they will be such, you might think about the following for yourself, what it could mean. They represent the act of faith. Faith is when you see a truth demonstrated around you. Then you develop faith. And an act of faith is it hope. That hope, as they say in some teachings, be your beacon light. Let it shine its light. Because when you see it in hope, this act of faith takes place and it demonstrates itself from the subtlest to the boldest ways. Now that gives you hope. You're not guessing anymore. You know it's there. You assure yourself of positive outcomes because you can see it in areas that are around, the barriers of the doubts, the illusions that you have on your own, the doubts and the illusions and the negative spirits that come from other people who have had their own experiences and spiritual listening to them all the time. All melts away. Because of illusion, it's no more. There's no more fear. You become more positive in thinking and feeling now. As you become positive in your thinking and your feeling, then you are directed by the spirit of you, which connects to the greatest spirit of everything else. And it moves you toward your destiny. You begin to think and say to yourself, this or something better. Now, if you look at the final outcome, and you don't want to have any reservation about the final outcome, so you say, is this that final outcome or something better? When you say something better, you really open up the floodgates for the universe to show you everything. Why? Because it's already there. It's already in the etheric sun disk of the universe. It's already there in the halls of wisdom of the universe, or known as the Akasha. The Akasha. It's already there. It's connected to the earth is already there. It's in the consciousness of the divine. You're what? Attuning yourself to that. So you always say this something better. And you realize that sometimes other things happen that are increasingly guided by the spirit of your higher self and the universal God mind, which knows what is best for you. So this could be a couple of things. You don't appear like they make much sense, but you can feel the sense behind it. If we physicalize how that got there, I don't know how it got there, but you can feel that you're in the right place at the right time, talking to the right people, having the right experiences. So things seem to be like what? A domino effect. They seem to fall into place. Not only do they seem, they are. So what is this telling you? Well, it means that higher divine mind overrides the logical ego mind. The ego mind has its own opinions, its own things that have been collecting that make no sense. They might have this fear that you have. And as you become more appreciative of what you have received, that means what you've gotten in the past, and what you are in the midst of receiving right now, and will receive in the immediate future of now. That means in the next second of now. So as you show more appreciation and humility, that means you're not bragging about it because it's coming from a higher source, a higher plateau. You develop a greater sense of patience, trust, and faith as you receive more. You grow more magnetically and electrically too, meaning more active. You begin to remember your true spiritual nature. So you want to be this visionary. You want to become the vision. And you become the vision just letting go of things that you don't have to hang on to anymore. As you let go of those things you don't have to hang on to anymore, those old thoughts, those old feelings, you've allowed yourself to do to step to the spirit of it all. And that's why you can say this is something better for the highest good of all, not just those around you. So you want things to flow in a way healthy and healthier for you. And when you flow, when you do those steps that you're supposed to do, as some people used to say in the old spiritual community, you take one step and God takes two. You take two steps and God takes one. So it seems to be out of balance. No, it's like a dance. When you begin to get the thing of the dance, you and a partner, co-partner and partner, and you both create dance. And they both know how the steps are done, and you start feeling the steps, then you can really start to groove to the rhythm. And if you both dance through your heart, you don't have to know if your partner knows the steps, and your partner doesn't have to know if you don't know the steps or the steps. But through heart-to-heart communication, you can dance. You can pick up on steps, which means you learn more, you have a greater understanding, transform your consciousness, you remain open to receive at higher levels of divinity within you. So I hope you enjoyed this program. We're a little over 33 minutes, and we have at least a little under 12 minutes. I want to give you some for those of you that are in the Los Lunas area. Sunday coming, I will be there. I drive home, a little bit more about it. I can give you the information. And that's this Sunday, July. Energy exchange person coming in, away to wellness, which will be a week from this Friday. on July 26th from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Also a $10 exchange per person, or maybe you're down there by Bellins and Los Lunas and want to be down there. I give you all this information. All you have to do is email me. Email me at iam dot circle of grace with the number at the end at yahoo.com. Or if you have Gmail, and I have a Gmail account too, so email me to iam.circle of grace with the number at the end at gmail.com, or Bishop Francis at circleofgrace1.net. Any one of those three places. You can also call me on my Skype internet number and ask for that information, 973-685-5978, or you can send a message after hearing a beautiful 2-minute spiritual meditational prayer and decree by calling 505-717-4722. So if you dial 5-717-4722, you're going to hear a spiritual decree, universal decree that lasts almost 2 minutes, then you leave your message. Or just call 973-685-5978. That's my Skype internet number. Call there, you can leave a message for me. But it's best email me at iam.circleofgrace1 at yahoo.com, or am.circleofgrace1 at gmail.com, or call 505-717-4722, or email Bishop Francis at circleofgrace1.net. I'm also coming out with a brand new do it the old way, get it to your home. If you want to find out about that, send me an email. That one will cost per issue is $1.50 per issue. The issues every 2 months starting August the 1st, and it's called the Grace Keys. It's going to have a lot of information gleaned from all of my websites and brand new information that you could utilize so that you could have your life blessed with divine grace and awareness and remembrance. So, I'm getting ready to close out this program. You could also contact me on Facebook as Brother Francis Revels-Bey or Francis Revels-Bey, or type in Bishop Francis Revels-Bey, REVELS dash capital B as the brand EY. So if you just contact me on Facebook, you can get all this information coming up, all these events. Stay in touch. I love you so much for being supportive and listening to the Francis Revels-Bey Show, which is the Circle of Grace One Spiritual and Metaphysical Internet Radio Network. Well, until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you next week. I'll be back here promptly at 12 p.m. and we'll have another 30 to 45 minute show lined up for you. See you next time, everybody. Take care. God bless. I appreciate you.
How you gonna know If your pace is slower, the race is over. But how you gonna finish if you never stop? And if you don't really know where you're going, then you won't figure out where you are. And if your future's persistent, past resistance, you'll get lost until you follow your heart. And if you don't even know where you're going, but you've already traveled so far, if you're chasing a dream that has no meaning, you'll get lost until you follow your heart. I know it isn't easy when your mind's so worried, keeping it together when you're falling apart. But if the road to knowing is where you're going, you're only gonna find it if you fight.